Hello, fifth grade. Today, a short video on how to do the assignment, sheet 18-3-B. It's reviewing what we've been doing this week, but putting together on one sheet some addition and subtraction equations. So you're going to have to watch very carefully your signs. When you're adding or subtracting, makes a big difference on trying to get the final answer. So maybe checking your work would be a good idea today. I will go through a few problems of that so you get an idea of what is on your worksheet, and you can stop and pause and do the problems that are similar to what I do on your sheet, or watch it all the way through on one time and then do the worksheet, or watch it a second time if you like. Let's begin. Our first problem is n plus 23 equals 84. It's an addition equation. We want to do the inverse operation to solve it, which means we do the opposite. Since it's a plus, we're going to subtract in order to solve. Plus 23 minus 23 gives us 0. Leaves us with just the unknown, the variable n. And subtracting over here, 4 minus 3 is 1, 8 minus 2 is 6. Our variable, the n, is equal to 61 in this equation. We can check. If we like, you don't have to. 61 plus 23 is 84. That is what we started out with. That answer is correct. Our second one is a subtraction equation, but with a decimal even. Since it's a subtraction equation, we do the inverse operation. The opposite, we add to get rid of that, to get our variable all by itself. I added, so I got to add over here. And that's where we got to be careful. Make sure we do the same thing. We fight that out, it becomes 0. When you add 2.8 to a negative 2.8, we're left with just n. Make sure I add over here. 1 plus 8 is 9. Decimal point, 7 plus 2 is 9. Our unknown, our variable n, is equal to 9.9. Do we want to check? I will do that for you. 9.9 minus 2.8. 9 minus 8 is 1. The decimal point, 7. That is what we started with. So our answer of n equals 9.9 is correct. Here we have an addition equation with a fraction. Since it's addition, we want to do the inverse operation of the opposite. So we'll take 1/6 minus 1/6. That wipes that out. Leaves us with just a y. 5/6. What did I do here? I minus. So I got a minus. Make sure we do that. Minus this time. 5/6 minus 1/6 equals 4/6. Ooh, fractions, we always want to check. Can we simplify? Yes, we can. We divide both by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So our final answer, y equals 2/3. Our unknown variable y is 2/3. Another one with a mixed number, okay, with different denominators. C minus 2 3/4, the 4 is the denominator, equals 4 1/2, with the 2 as a denominator. Well, we're going to do the inverse. That part is easy to remember on the left side of the equal sign. But when we do it on this side of the equal sign, we have a little bit more of a problem. So this is wiped out. Not negative 2 3/4 plus 2 3/4 is 0. We're left with our variable c. Here I cannot add 2 and a 4, so I got to change that to the same bottom number, 4. 2 times 2 is 4, so 1 times 2 is 2. Now I can add 2/4 plus the 3/4 gives me 5/4. 2 plus 4 is 6. This is a mixed number with an improper fraction, which means 5 or 4 is more than 1. It is. If we take 4 into 5, we get 1, 4, 1. That 1 goes up on the top. So this part of it is equal to that. So I add the 6 plus the 1 and 1/4. So my final answer is 7 and 1/4. All right, if we want to check that, you don't have to do 7 and 1/4 minus 2 and 3/4. Gotta borrow. I'm borrowing 4/4. Remember adding up 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2/4. And 6 minus 2 is 4. We simplify it by dividing by 2. And we have 4 and 1/2. That is what we started out with. Checking is not required. Watch out for this type of problem, okay, where we've got the variable in the middle with the subtraction. The commutative property does not work with subtraction. I can't rewrite this and put the e at the beginning. The easiest way at this point to tell you to do it is we got to find the difference between 8.7 and 5.2. 8.7 minus what equals 5.2? To do that, the easiest way is just to subtract those two numbers. 7 minus 2 is 5, and 8 minus 5 is 3. 3.5 is what's in between. There's a longer step, which I would show you if you were in school. But if you can remember to go back and watch this video for any variable that's in the middle with a subtraction, the commutative property doesn't work with subtraction. 3 minus 2 is not the same as 2 minus 3, if that makes sense. 3 minus 2 is 1. 2 minus 3 is a negative 1. So we can't do e minus 8.7 equals 5.2. That will not work. So e minus 8.7 equals 5.2 does not work. That's changing the whole problem. So the simplest way is just take your 8.7 and find the difference between the two to get it. Here's another one like that. Again, the variable's in the middle. We can't take it, put 8 minus 40. That changes this whole problem. Commutative property for subtraction does not work. So I just want to find the difference then between 40 and 29. So I'm just going to subtract them. That's the shortest way to show you at this point. 10 minus 9 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. A equals 11. We can check that. 40 minus 11 doesn't equal 29. 10 minus 1 is 9. 3 minus 2, yes, it does. So watch out when you get a variable with minus. With addition, you can switch and always put it to the front. But when it's on the left side of the equal sign, we can't switch it. If it's on the right side, that's a different story. And one more. X minus 5 and 8/9. We're going to do the opposite. Add 8/9. Add 8/9. Oops. Sorry about that. Oops. Add 5 and 8/9. Make sure we add. We add it there. Negative 5 and 8/9 plus 5 and 8/9 wipes out. That leaves our variable of x. We can't add 2/3 plus 8/9. Our denominators are different. So I need to change to a common denominator of 9. 3 times 3 gives me 9. So 2 times 3 is 6. Now I can add 6 plus 8. We're going to add those two now. 6/9 plus 8/9 is 14/9. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 and 14/9, that's an improper fraction. So we put 14 into the box. 9 on the outside. Goes in there one time. We subtract. 14 minus 9 is 5. That becomes our new numerator. 9 is on the bottom. That is what this is equal to. So we add 7 plus the 1 5/9. So 8 and 5/9 is our final answer. Taking the 7, we rename that. 14/9 is 1 5/9. So 7